Headless mystery creature spotted on camera. Actually, what it is? Let's deep dive.
Okay, so get this. The New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, right? They dropped this image online, and it was, well, seriously weird.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
It looked exactly like some kind of headless pig just wandering around in the woods at night.
A headless pig. Seriously.
Seriously. And naturally, after they posted it on their Facebook page, it just blew up, went totally viral.
Well, it's amazing how these little glimpses, even the really puzzling ones, can grab everyone's attention, isn't it?
Totally.
So for this deep dive, we're going to unpack that bizarre headless creature mystery and then shift gears a bit to another really quite revealing story, also from a trail cam.
Okay.
This one involves a mountain lion family, so we'll be looking at that NYSDEC post, the agency that shared the pig thing.
Right, the DEC.
Yeah, them. And also a news report about the mountain lions. The idea is to sort of understand what these images are really telling us about wildlife and how these cameras give us this unique window.
Exactly. I mean, trail cameras are like these silent little spies out there, aren't they? Constantly recording the secret lives of animals.
That's a good way to put it. Silent spies.
And sometimes, yeah, they catch something just hilarious, like this mystery we're starting with.
Yeah.
Other times, though, it's something really profound.
Okay, so let's dive into that first one. The the head scratcher from the NYSDEC, they shared this nighttime photo, right? And it's this thing, looked like it was all body, no head, and yeah, very pig-like.
Very pig-like.
And their caption was great, actually. They sort of playfully challenged people, asking, what do you think this is?
Huh? And the internet, well, it did not disappoint. The Facebook comments were pure gold.
I bet. What kind of guesses?
Oh, man, you had everything. People were guessing the chupacabra. Seriously.
No way. The chupacabra.
Yep. And, the more standard guesses like wild pigs.
Yeah.
And then some folks got really creative, dreaming up all sorts of weird hybrid animals.
Wow. It really shows just how misleading that first picture must have been.
Totally misleading.
It does. And, the actual answer, which the NYSDEC eventually revealed with the second photo, it was much simpler and actually pretty clever how the illusion worked.
So what was it?
It was a gray fox.
A fox.
Yeah.
How did that look like a headless pig?
Well, the whole headless thing was just a trick, right? A trick of the light, the angle. The fox actually had its head bent down, so it was completely hidden in shadow in that first shot.
Ah, okay, I see.
But, and here's the kicker, its big bushy tail, which has this dark stripe down it.
Yeah.
It just happened to be positioned in the photo from that angle to look exactly like a pig's snout. You could almost convince yourself you saw ears there, too.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So the tail was the snout.
Exactly. And the NYSDEC helpfully put out that second picture pointing out, okay, here's the actual head down here and this is the tail.
Wow, okay, now I get it.
And the reactions in the comments, they were priceless, as you can imagine.
I bet. People admitting they were fooled.
Oh, yeah. You had some sharp folks who spotted it was a fox right away, saying things like, that tail is a dead nuts giveaway, deaf gray fox.
Ah, nice.
But plenty of others were totally fooled and happy to admit it. And lots of people just thought the whole optical illusion was really funny.
My favorite comment I saw was, looks like a northbound pig, but it's actually a southbound fox.
That's perfect. Sums it up nicely.
It really does. And it kind of highlights how easily our brains jump to conclusions, right? Based on just a little bit of visual information.
Absolutely. We see a shape, and our mind immediately tries to slot it into a category we already know. Pig shape. Must be a pig.
Yeah, even if it doesn't quite fit. Like one commenter mentioned something similar, right?
Yeah, someone shared a story about seeing a trail cam photo where a mountain lion looked tiny, like a house cat, just because of the perspective.
Wow.
It shows that there's this sort of inherent bias, maybe, in how we process what we see, especially if it's unusual or unclear.
That's a great point. So this whole funny fox thing, it's not just, a quick laugh online. It's a little reminder, isn't it, that our first impressions can be completely wrong.
Exactly. Sometimes you just need a different angle or a closer look to see what's really there.
Yeah, the reality can be quite different.
Precisely. And, well, this leads us nicely into another really compelling use for trail cameras. We're kind of shifting gears now from these amusing illusions to capturing really significant, intimate moments in wildlife behavior.
Right. Because you mentioned mountain lions earlier. There was that story just recently, wasn't there, in California?
That's the one, in California's Diablo Range. A trail camera caught something truly special.
What was it?
It was footage of a mountain lion mother nursing her 3 cubs, 3 tiny cubs.
Wow. That's incredible.
And what's really amazing is where it was captured. This wasn't deep wilderness. It was practically like steps away from a residential area in San Jose.
Being out that close to homes.
That close. And what's really remarkable here is the sheer dedication it took to get that footage.
How so?
The photographers, Vishal Subramanian and Cynthia Cross, they apparently spent 3 years tracking and observing mountain lions in Northern California, just hoping for a moment like this.
3 years, that's some serious patience and commitment.
It really is, and you can just feel the emotion when Subramanian talked about it. He told a local news station, KRON4, all our dreams came true.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, he called it one of the most special moments we've ever captured. And you can imagine, right? After all that work, seeing that scene unfold.
Absolutely, just picturing it. The mother with these tiny cubs.
The footage itself, from what's described, it just paints such a tender picture, you know? The mother caring for her young, this really gentle interaction where she picks up one of the cubs.
Wow.
It gives you this really unique, kind of vulnerable look into their family life, something you'd almost never see otherwise.
And this photographer, Subramanian, he knows his stuff right. It's not just about getting lucky with a camera.
Definitely not. It's important to note his background. He actually has degrees from UC Berkeley in ecology and statistics.
Oh, okay. So he's got the scientific chops too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's not just taking pretty pictures. He has this deep understanding of the animals, their behavior, their role in the whole ecosystem.
Which adds a lot of weight to why capturing this moment was so significant.
It does. And his insights, about the ecological importance of mountain lions are really crucial.
How so? What's their main role?
Well, they're apex predators, right?
Okay.
Top of the food chain in their environment. And that means they play this vital role in keeping everything else in balance. It's called top-down regulation.
Top-down regulation. Meaning they control the populations below them.
Pretty much. By, say, preying on deer, they help keep deer populations in check. And that, in turn, affects the vegetation. Fewer deer means plants get less eaten, which then impacts the whole food web. Their presence or absence really ripples through the ecosystem.
Right. It all connects. So seeing them thrive, even near urban areas,
Right.
and raising cubs, that's a positive sign for the health of that environment.
It can be, yeah. It shows they're finding resources and space, despite the pressures. It's complicated, obviously, living near humans, but footage like this is really valuable data.
It really ties the two stories together nicely, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Even though they're so different.
Yeah, you've got the funny, deceptive, headless fox on one hand.
Which tricks our perception.
Exactly. And on the other hand, you have this incredibly intimate, heartwarming footage of the mountain lion family.
Which shows us something deeply real and important about nature.
Right. And both came from these unassuming trail cameras. It just demonstrates the incredible range of insights, the different kinds of stories these tools can reveal about the often unseen world of wildlife.
It really does, from the comical to the profound.
It's just a constant reminder, really, that the natural world is packed with surprises. Funny optical illusions, yes, but also deeply moving behaviors and critical ecological roles.
And these cameras are turning out to be such a valuable way to observe all of that and maybe, appreciate it a bit more.
Definitely deepen our appreciation, yeah.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, feels like we've got a couple of key things to take away.
Yeah.
First, there's that funny but, important reminder from the fox. Things aren't always what they seem at first glance.
Yeah.
Our perception can be easily tricked.
Good takeaway. Don't always trust that first impression, especially with fuzzy nighttime photos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And second, just the incredible power of these, honestly, relatively simple cameras to document really crucial, really intimate moments in the lives of wild animals, like that mountain lion mother with her cubs.
Yeah, capturing moments that inform science and touch our hearts.
Totally.
And, this kind of brings up a really interesting question for you, the listener, to maybe ponder.
Right, yeah.
Well, given these two examples, right, the illusion and the intimate reality, what other hidden aspects of the natural world might be revealed through technology, like trail cameras?
Good question. Like what sorts of things?
Maybe complex social behaviors we don't fully understand yet? Or perhaps specific predator-prey interactions in certain environments that we've only guessed at?
Yeah, or how different animals interact with each other when we're not around.
Exactly. And then the bigger question is, how does gaining these kinds of insights, seeing these hidden moments, how might that ultimately shape our understanding of wildlife?
And maybe change how we approach conservation.
Precisely. How does seeing lead to understanding? And how does understanding influence our actions? It really makes you think about what else is out there, waiting to be seen.
Comment your thoughts. Was it actually a fox? Thanks.